Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that's been rolling in my mind for like the past couple of days, and with with this whole government shutdown and and just financial stability, things of that nature. Something came to my mind, and it was kind of a sobering thought to myself also. Why do we, as a nation, or just black people in specifically, why do we wait so long to invest in our future? I asked that question because for those who maybe work for the government because the government shut down, and when it comes to people's financial stability and planning for the future, what I've seen a lot of is a lack of a lack of future planning. I see a lot of YOLO, or you only live once, or living for the moment type attitude. And I was wondering, like, why do we wait until a crisis for us to for the idea of investing in our future to finally kick in? Now, that's not just about money. It could be about like technology. It could be investing in a tech company that may start small, but it has potential and it grows into something. So think about how many people, myself included, because when I'm saying these words, I know somebody gonna say, well, we talking about this. Well, what have you done? I say like this. I too, I think about investing, and I have invested in things now, but in years past, when I was aware of this knowledge, I still didn't act on it. There are a lot of people who are aware of finances and stock market, so forth and so on, but they they never act on it. There's not a lot of talking, but not a lot of doing. And usually, what happens is people don't start really acting on their knowledge until it's too late, or they're kind of forced to do something. My question is to myself and to you: why do we wait? Like, and we think. Here's my thought. Here's my thought. Excuse me. This idea that I'm speaking came about really. I was in school, like in high school, and it was always about like sports and the arts, right? And what usually happens in a lot of schools, especially public schools, the arts, the quote unquote liberal arts, will always be the first to get cut from the budget, right? But the athletic department would never get cut. In fact, it would increase. The science department wouldn't wouldn't really benefit from, it always get like things always get cut, but sports will never get cut. And I'm thinking to myself, well, all of this technology that we use now, at one point in time, wasn't. At one, sure, well, I'm still fighting a cold. At one point in time, wasn't looked at as important. Why? Why do we wait for a company to hit it big, or a piece of technology to be accepted worldwide, to really pay attention and invest in it? Same thing I say about in school, like when I was in high school. science and technology, the STEM programs. When I was in school, we didn't talk about STEM programs. When I was in school, there was no STEM program. If there was a STEM program when I was in high school and junior high, it wasn't in my school. In my junior high and high school, it wasn't in. And but the STEM program is the reason why we have all this technology that we use now. The flat screen TVs, the new PlayStations, the latest cell phone, or let's say the latest cell phone, but the latest cell phone, the latest computers or iPhones or whatever, the latest technology that goes into space, all that comes from STEM. But it is never seen with the importance that, let's say, a basketball or football team would get. Why is that? Well, one of my thoughts on that is it's because with the STEM programs and arts and all that, if we don't see if we don't see a quick return, then it is considered not valuable. And that's a poor mentality to have. Not poor as in mentality. I mean, not poor as in downing. So I mean poor as in it doesn't make it is poor in terms of monetary money. Every sports team, every stadium built is built and profits off of STEM and the arts. This is just plain simple. So why is it that the scientists aren't as celebrated as a sports team? Why is it that the artists, the drawing artists, the writing artists, the painting artists, isn't as celebrated as the sports team, basketball, football? Why is that? In my opinion, it's because there's no quick return on a biologist. Because the biologist got to spend, 8 years or more in college to be a biologist, and even more to be recognized for something, if they ever recognized for something. as in as opposed to the basketball player or the football player or the baseball or soccer or hockey, whatever. Because they can turn professional at a younger age, meaning they can be paid for their skills at a younger age, and in turn give back monetarily and with their resources to a particular school. They are seen as valuable. To me, that is very short-sighted. Now, I don't blame the athlete or the institution for that, but to me, if that's all you think about when you think about being famous or you think about being well known as athletes, then to me that shows a very short-sightedness in our society. Now, more specifically, you know, as a black man, as a black person, as a black man, we have made things that the world has benefited from. Everyone has, in some form or fashion, benefited from our technological genius, except us. I saw it in school when I was in high school and all that. The science labs in my high school weren't as up to date as they could have been and should have been. But the football team was doing things. The art program, if I'm mistaken, was dwindling every year I was in high school. Less and less and less and less and less. But the basketball team was known. And I just think to myself, what would have happened if the money and the resources, if a portion of the money and resources that went into the athletic department went into the science department or the art department? What kind of advancements would my high school have developed in the time I was in high school? Somebody from my high school could have invented the iPhone, because when I was in high school, first we had iPod, and the iPod didn't come around until I was in college, the early 2000s. There was no iPhone, there was no iPod, there was no smartphones in when I was in high school. It wasn't even invented. But someone during that time, a young person most likely during that time, had an idea in their mind of what we may call the iPhone, the smartphone, the smart TV or whatever, the whole smart movement. Somebody in high school in the late 90s, early 2000s had an idea in their mind, but may not have had the resources to bring that thought to fruition. Meanwhile, the athletic department is flourishing. Everyone in the city, everyone in the state, everyone in the country knows the next athlete that is coming from high school to college, from college to professional. Everybody knows their names. But who knew the kid in high school and college, early in the 2000s and the late 90s, who had the idea of a smartphone? Who knew that kid back then? Why wasn't attention paid to that? If there was attention paid to it, you barely heard about it. It was barely a blip. Why is that? Why do we have a hard time investing in our future long term? Why do we have such a hard time investing long term in our future? Like, I mean, 10 years, 20 years, maybe 30 years from now. Why? Yes, the financial turnover may be long, but the impact is greater. Athletes come like this. They come all the time. And yes, your school may profit from it money wise and all that stuff now, but it's only going to profit the department that that particular student came out of. If the student became an athlete, the athletic department is going to benefit, not the science department. I know, because the high school I went to, the high school produced an NFL player. The high school that I came from in Washington D.C. produced a NFL player. The last time I went to my school, last time I visited my high school, I didn't see the science department booming. I didn't see it. I didn't see the art department booming like the athletic department. I didn't see it. So, but if you produce the next Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, you realize that everyone in the school benefits. See, what I've learned is if the athletic department produces you, the athletic department benefits. But if the technological department produces you, everyone benefits. Because not everyone can play football, but everyone can use a new piece of technology. Even the athlete uses the latest piece of technology. Even the athlete. So why why are we so short-sighted without investment? That's a good way of putting it. Why are we so short-sighted without investment? Now, I'm saying this because I too had the same mentality. I thought the same way. I did the same things. I was in high school and college and all that stuff, and I had money to invest in things early. I didn't do it either. And now I am slightly kicking myself in the butt. But now that I know better, you know, I'm making it a point to really get, head first into thinking about long term, the long run, the long stretch. I think we as a people need to do that. Invest in now. Yes, I'm not saying don't invest in right now, but also invest in the long term, because the long term has the greatest impact on you and everyone around you. The society benefits from a long term investment. You benefit from a short term investment. Okay? You benefit from short term, but you and everyone benefits from a long term investment. All right? So, it's the thought. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll catch you later. Leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you all think about it. I'll catch you later. Peace.